I am showing off my haul from this weekend's BigLick Comic Con. I was there on Saturday, May 30th, and I really had a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous time. Uh, so, to get right on into it, I got a stack of comics, as you can see here. Big stack of comics, most of them only $1, which we love. And then I got one more Catwoman Funko Pop, the DC Bombshells. So this is one more in my quest to get all of the Catwoman Funko Pops. I have the two from Batman Returns, one mask on, mask off. I have two from the movie The Batman, mask on, mask off. I have a Christmas one, I have a patchwork one, and I have a Jim Lee version and a from yeah, Jim Lee's version, and then I also have one from the I want to say the Bronze Age when she wore the purple dress with the green boots and the green cape. And wore just a purple little mask that came up to here with little ears on the top. I love that. Love was one of my favorite costumes, so I have that Funko too. So this DC Bombshells is a great addition to that. And I'm just going to quickly run through the comics that I got. These were both dollar comics. I got Josie and the Pussycats, number 96, in decent shape, and I also got the 1993 Josie and the Pussycats, number 1. Which I did not have either one of those. I'm slowly on the quest of trying to get the first 110 Josie and the Pussycats. Long way to go on that. Next, I am slowly trying to get all of the Fathom comics. And Fathom started as a Top Cow image, and then Michael Turner moved to start his own comic called Aspen Comics. And I found a whole bunch of those also in one of the dollar boxes at, I forget which vendor, I want to say it was Action Comics. So I was able to get the whole 3-issue Aspen series. So 1, and then 2, and 3. This is Fathom, I want to say it's the 6th volume, might be the 5th. Um, and it was the number 1 issue, so this came out much later in the 2000s versus the one that came out in the mid-90s. I've also been collecting Fathom Blue, and I was able to get, it's a 6-issue series, and I was able to get all of the even issues. So I've got 2 and 4 and 6. So that only leaves me needing 1, 3, and 5. So pretty good with that. Fathom Kiani was a 5-issue run, and I found number 3. So I got that to start off that for me. The volume 6 of second to last volume of Fathom in the 20, I want to say it was 20, no, I guess this is September 05. So this is actually the volume 3 of Fathom, and it is the number 3. Really great Michael Turner cover there. And then also in from 2005, excuse me, I keep wanting to put that 2 in there. We got their spring. They did a whole 4 seasons set, and I got the spring. I really want to get winter summer and fall eventually. Then I'm also trying to get Fathom Dawn of War, which is from 2004. And I was able to get issue number 2 of that. And that is a 5-issue series. And then there's a little side 4-issue series about the main character, Cannon Hawk, and I was able to get the number 1 of that. So pretty good with getting some of those Aspen comics, which can be kind of hard to find. Next, we're going, it's my DCs that I found. This one is DC and Archie, and I got it because it's an Adam Hughes, and it's Harley and Ivy, 2 of my favorite groups of women, Harley and Ivy and Betty and Veronica. Adam Hughes cover. I really love this. I might get it slabbed. It's just, I didn't even know it existed. I couldn't wait. I haven't read it yet, but I can't wait to read it. But the Adam Hughes cover is just fabulous. So, and yeah, DC and Archie, who knew? Then I was able to get a Batman Adventures number 2 with my my favorite Catwoman on the cover of that. I have a couple other of the Batman Adventures. Not enough. I don't even know, can't even remember the numbers without looking at my catalog, but this will make a nice addition to that. Anything with Catwoman on the cover, you know I'm buying it. Speaking of, we have Bat Family Giant number 8. I ironically have another issue further in. I want to say that I have 18 or 20, so it's much further in, but this is another one where Catwoman is featured. Also with Batgirl, and the villain is the Spinner. So along with Catwoman. So I was really pleased to also find this was in the $2 bin, so paid $2 for it, but that's pretty good for some of these older comics. I want to say these came out in the 80s. This one says 1976, so there you go. I was 8 years old, 1976. So yeah, I was very pleased with that. Really great picture of Catwoman. So this is the costume that I was talking about earlier. That's the Funko Pop that I have is her in this costume. So I got that, and then last but not least, I got this 2-issue. This actually ran like, I want to say it's 30, 40 issues. I only got 17 and 18 because they, of course, feature my girls, right? Gotham City Sirens there. And this is a 2-parter. So Uprising Part 1. And then I was able to get Uprising Part 2 with Joker's daughter. I forget what her name is. And it looks like Mira there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading these. And again, these were in the dollar bin, so they really didn't cost me much at all. Next, we move into Marvel. And first, we have some stuff I got for Black Cat. So I was able to get the Spider-Man magazine, which features a Black Cat story from back in her origins in I want to say it was in the 70s. So I'm really pleased that I got this. Again, this was $2. So really a deal. I got the number 1 of Dark Web, Mary Jane, and Black Cat's 2023 little mini series. I really love this. Is the demonized cover. It's really, really, really good. So got that to add to my variant editions. And last but not least, on the I want to say this is now in the third excuse me, the third volume of Black Cat by Jeb McKay. I got the Infinity Score. Then I found out that's what I thought I was buying. I thought I was buying a #1 for the fourth volume of the Jeb McKay run, and it turns out this is a one-shot. And either way, I love this cover. I thought that it might be an Adam Hughes. It's not. It is here. Let me look again on who the cover is. It was put it on the inside. This is a Yi Young Lee. And really, really, really a beautiful, beautiful one shot of Black Cat Infinite. Finally, last but never ever least, if you've been following me at all for the last few months, you know that I'm a huge Cloak and Dagger fan, and one of my collecting goals for 2026 was to complete their second volume, which was written in 1985 through 1987, has 11 issues. And I already had their first miniseries, which is 4 issues, and was published in 1983. I already had that. And I had probably about half of the 11 before starting this year. Over the course of the last few months, I'm able to complete that series. Big plus, and very inexpensively. So because these are kind of apparently not, they don't have a high dollar value, most of these don't, and a lot of people don't even have them to sell. So, or at least so I've been told by numerous comic guys when I walk into these Comic Cons and start looking through boxes and ask them if they have any Cloak and Dagger. They're like, wow, nobody ever asked for Cloak and Dagger. So anyway, I'm always asking for Cloak and Dagger. So I decided to move on now that I've completed the second volume. I wanted to move on to the third volume, which is The Mutant Misadventures of Cloak and Dagger, which is 13 issues. And then at issue 14, they dropped The Mutant Misadventures, and it just became Cloak and Dagger for the final 5 issues. It was a total of a 19-issue run. They also, in between volumes 2 and volume 3, they did a 24-issue run with Doctor Strange in Strange Tales with Cloak and Dagger by Doctor Strange. Now, I did not know that until recently. And I was at a store in Chantilly, 2nd and Charles, and happened to find 2 Strange Tales, Cloak and Dagger #2 and #14, and got all tickled about that. So bought those, and when I was there this weekend at BigLick, I really found one vendor, and it was oh my gosh, the name is failing me now. I should have gotten his card. I really do think it was Action Comics. Anyway, they were the only one that I went up where they were like, yes, we have Cloak and Dagger. And first off, they had asked me, do you have their very first appearance ever, which is in Spectacular Spider-Man #64? And I said, I do not. So they had that, and it had a $55 price tag on it. I did not pay that much. I paid considerably less than that, but because I bought one of the Black Cats from him, and I believe it was the one shot, and he made me a deal on the 2. So I was able to get this. So Spectacular Spider-Man #64, first appearance ever of Cloak and Dagger. This was in 1982. So, excuse me, 1981. So this was before their 4-issue uh, in miniseries. They helped Peter with a drug dealer problem in New York City. So I was really tickled to get that. Then they had a whole bunch of the Doctor Strange, Cloak and Dagger, Doctor Strange, Strange Tales. So as I said, I had already had 2 and 14. So I was able to get number 1 on Saturday, and then number 3 and number 4. So I have the first 4 for sure. And then I got 12, and there's my 14 that I already owned, and then I was able to get 18 and 19. So now I'm about halfway through having all the Strange Tales, which I'm really tickled about. I really wasn't expecting to fill that out so quickly, all in the dollar bin. Next, they had, in fact, it was funny. He chuckled because I bought almost all of the Cloak and Dagger that they had. They didn't buy a couple that I already had, and the copies that I have are nicer. So I didn't buy those, but they did have. So the only 2 I owned of these prior to Saturday was 9 and 10. And again, this is a 19 issue run. This was their 3rd series that they had that was just their title exclusively. But I was able to get number 2, and then number 6, and number 7, number 11, and number 12, uh, 13, and 14, 15, 17, and 18. So I went from, out of 19 books, before I went to BigLick, I needed 17 out of the 19. Now I only need 6 out of the 19. So this is the one other series that I had mentioned maybe completing in 2026. Now I would really like to try to complete this series before the end of the year, because I still haven't surpassed my budget. So, which made me feel really good, because I got all of these very inexpensively, so it really didn't break the bank. As I said, most of them were in $1 or $2 boxes, and I had a really good time. I showed off some of the pictures last night, just again to give you just a brief overview. We had, I got to meet Ruth Connell from Supernatural, Rowena from Supernatural. She was amazing. She signed a picture for me, which I don't have loaded anymore, unfortunately. I saw some great cosplayers. The only person I managed to get a picture of was this guy who we can't decide what or who he was, but he looked absolutely amazing. This picture does not even remotely do his costume justice. And then it was here, it was in a new location in Manassas. This is a shot of the main doors. And it was, yeah, it was really, I enjoyed myself. I saw Katie, our here, our loco sirens, our poison ivy. She works for Comic Logic. She's mostly there just on Sundays. She has a 9 to 5 job uh, in the uh, uh, in the real world, outside of comics, and just works on Sundays now. But she is very much in our hearts as part of Loco Sirens. She was in the formulating process when we were talking about getting this started. And it was really, I had not seen her in a while, and it was really great to see her. And I got to see, of course, Comic Logic's owner, Rob, and his better half, Lindsay, who I had also not seen in a while. So we hugs all around and updates on what we were each doing. So that was wonderful. And then I just saw lots of great cosplayers. There was a gal walking around as Felicia Hardy, Black Cat, and she looked amazing. Lots of stormtroopers, lots of Mandalorians. I saw a red tornado that was really good. I saw a couple characters that looked great, but I had no idea who they were. And mostly anime. I think they were at, because I didn't recognize them, but they looked very anime. Anyway, it was a wonderful time. I would suggest uh, checking them out when they're here next year. I got a haul. I'm very pleased. Like I said, I enjoyed getting all these comics. So that's it for me. Thank you for tuning in. I will be with Krista as usual on Sunday. What are we? We're here. We're on Sunday the 7th, and we will have all of our usual weekly top fives and maybe a surprise guest or so. We're not sure yet. So anyway, come back and see us on Sunday. Same siren time, same siren channel.